All right, everyone. So the final injury report for this Week 17 matchup, Green Bay Packers versus the Minnesota Vikings in Green Bay, just came out. So I wanted to go over all the injuries and, of course, all the designations for this game Sunday. The Packers only have 2 injury designations on this entire list, both which are questionable, so let's get into it. Starting at the top of the list, just like the last 2 days, we see Jaire Alexander with his forearm injury. He was a full participant all week. He has no injury designation, so he's definitely going to be playing in this game, and the Packers surely will need him. I'm hoping they're going to mirror him on Justin Jefferson. This guy is one of, if not the best wide receivers in the NFL, probably is the best wide receiver in the NFL right now. I know Jaire was saying, oh, week 1 was a fluke, but hey, Justin Jefferson's still good. There's only containing him. You can never stop this guy. He's just that good of a wide receiver, but you want to put your players in the best positions to succeed, and I think that would be mirroring Jaire Alexander over Justin Jefferson. David Bakhtiari, limited all week, didn't get a rest day. I would assume it's because he's had his knee resting for the last 3 weeks with the abdomen issue. He is good to go. He holds no designation. David Bakhtiari will start at left tackle this Sunday. The Packers were without Elgton Jenkins and David Bakhtiari the first time they played the Vikings, so their offensive line is going to look completely different. Then we see Chris Barnes on this list, again, a full participant with his hand injury. As I've mentioned many times, I don't know the deal why he's still on this. He'll likely be another healthy scratch this Sunday. Rudy Ford, full participant with his wrist/knee injury, no designation. Elgton Jenkins was limited all week with his knee rest injury. I guess you could call it rest days or limited rest days, however you want to put that. He will be good to go against the Vikings. Like I said, he was not playing week 1 against the Vikings the first time around. Aaron Jones limited all week with his knee/ankle injury. I'm hoping he can be 100%. We haven't seen much of Aaron Jones in the last few weeks. It's kind of been mainly A.J. Dillon on the offense. And then we see Mercedes Lewis, who had his veteran rest day, so no injury there. Josh Nijman, also good to go, was limited Wednesday, limited Thursday, and a full participant in today's practice. So Josh Nijman will go back to starting at right tackle, and Zach Tom will likely go to the bench to be a depth lineman there. And that sucks because I feel like Zach Tom has earned a spot on the offensive line. But when both Josh Nijman and David Bakhtiari are back, it's kind of like, how do you put him in there? Because you're not going to take out John Runyon or Elgton Jenkins at guard, and he's not going to take over Josh Myers at center. So he's a really good depth guy to have, but I think going forward into at least next year, this dude's got to have a starting spot on this offensive line. Keisean Nixon, did not participate all week, but he is still questionable. I like that he's not doubtful, though. Although he didn't practice all week, he still is questionable. And Aaron Rodgers said this Monday that he thinks Keisean Nixon's going to try to play. I think he's going to go out there pregame Sunday and give it his all. And if he can't do it, he can't do it, and he won't play. And the Packers will likely have to figure out someone else at kick return, whether that's Bo Melton or someone like that. But hopefully Keisean Nixon can play, because just like David Bakhtiari and Elgton Jenkins, in week 1, they didn't have Keisean Nixon returning kicks, and he's been a godsend at returners. So hopefully they do have him for this game. It's a super important game. Aaron Rodgers next on this list. He had a rest day Wednesday, limited Thursday, and a full participant today with the knee injury. I wouldn't even consider his right thumb to be that much of an issue anymore. He hasn't been wrapping it. It didn't seem like it was much of an issue in Miami. This is more so his rest day was for his knee that he did bang up in Miami, but he's all good to go. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers isn't going to miss this game. Now, if his mobility is a little bit different, we'll see. Then finally, the last player that actually does have an injury designation is Christian Watson, who is also questionable. He didn't practice Wednesday and Thursday, but unlike Keisean Nixon, he was actually limited today. So Christian Watson got some sort of practice today, which is huge. I do think if he is cleared and Sunday comes around and he warms up pregame and he feels good, he will be playing in this game. I like that he got some type of practice throughout this week. Even if it's just limited and it's on Friday, he's still questionable because the Packers are definitely going to need him on offense. As we remember, week 1, first play, they take a deep shot against Patrick Peterson, and Christian Watson drops a 75-yard walk-in touchdown. If that play comes up again and he's playing, I don't think he drops it this time, and I think it's a 75-yard touchdown, and I think they should come right back to it if Christian Watson is playing, because he's been, such a great addition to this offense in terms of a deep threat and explosive playmaker and just in general. So they're going to need him, and him and Romeo Doubs haven't really played much at all together this year, and as we saw last week in Miami, the snaps they did get together, I think Aaron Rodgers was like 9 of 9 when Doubs and Watson were on the field at the same time. So clearly, these two guys need to be on the field to give the Packers their best chances. Then to quickly look at the Minnesota Vikings injury report, they have 2 players with designations. Garrett Bradbury, their center, is out, which is actually a shame because Kenny Clark usually destroys Bradbury. So, they're going to have a backup center out there, but nonetheless, Kenny Clark always has had Bradbury's number, so I kind of wanted to see him out there, but he didn't practice all week. Then James Lynch, defensive lineman, he is also out. Also, guys, wanted to give you one last reminder that the signed Christian Watson jersey, you have one more day to enter in this giveaway to get this jersey. This is a really, really cool jersey. Definitely enter in this if you haven't already by going to pristineauction.com, registering on their website using my code BASS, B-A-S, at pristineauction.com. I have a really cool item for the next giveaway for the month of January, so be on the lookout for that as well. But that about does it for this video. This is a super important game for the Green Bay Packers. I think it'll be a lot closer than what we saw in week 1, and I do think the Green Bay Packers can win this game. If you guys want to see all that has to happen or who you should be rooting for this weekend in order for the Green Bay Packers to sneak into the playoffs, I made a video earlier this week. Just go click the link right above. But I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Pack Go.